Give and Take, The Secret to Marital Compatibility by Willard F. Harley, Jr. This book is read by Wayne Shepard. Originally published by Baker Publishing Group in English as Give and Take, The Secret to Marital Compatibility. Copyright 1997 by Willard F. Harley, Jr. All rights reserved.
Chapter 1, Why Can't We Just Get Along? The Struggle for Compatibility in Marriage. Marrying Mike was the worst mistake she'd ever made. That's how it looked to Joan as day after day she tried to survive a husband who ignored, belittled, or yelled at her. She often wished she were dead. Mike also painted a desperate situation. He left the house each day with his wife asleep and his children running wild. He returned from work to a house in shambles, his kids still on a rampage. Dinner was every man for himself. He spent most evenings trying to settle his children down while Joan escaped to watch TV in their bedroom. On weekends, to avoid fights, they went their separate ways. They had not made love for over a year. They came to my office in a last-ditch effort at marriage counseling. The counselor who referred them to me described them as incredibly incompatible. As I met with them and heard their stories, I knew what he meant. Mike was a day person, Joan a night person. He would get up early for exercise and reflection, while she liked to roll out of bed around 11. By 10 at night, he was ready for bed, and she was ready to rock and roll. Joan was abstract in her thinking, a free spirit, creative and whimsical. Mike was concrete, down to earth, no nonsense. She loved to dance, but he wouldn't be caught dead on a dance floor. He loved sporting events. She hated them. They did have one thing in common, however. They hated each other. I had to concur that incompatible was a good way to describe them. They seemed incapable of living together in harmony. They had proven again and again that they simply could not get along. It was hard to imagine that these two had once been deeply in love. How do loving couples become hating couples? What happens to the care and affection that marks the beginning of a romantic relationship? That might be the wrong question to ask. It would be better to consider how two people fall in love to begin with. What makes people so interested in each other that they'll agree to knit their lives together? Needs. Simply stated, people get married because they have needs that are met by that special someone. You probably know of folks who got married to meet financial, material, or sexual needs. But there's also a pack of emotional needs we all have. During courtship, we learn how well a prospective spouse can meet some of our needs. If the courtship leads to marriage, we expect that our spouses will continue this need meeting. I'm not saying that marriage is a selfish act. It's a mutual act, with two people committing to meet each other's needs. In a good marriage, the two sets of needs are kept in balance, and both partners are happy because each is working at keeping the other happy. But what goes wrong? Marriages tear apart when spouses stop meeting each other's needs. This can happen for a number of reasons. Sometimes one partner's needs will change and the others won't keep up. I often find that couples have an eye-opening experience early in marriage. Each discovers that the other has more and different needs than they expected. Some spouses get lazy. Others give and give and give. But then they feel that the relationship is unfair, that they're meeting more needs than their partners are meeting, and they protest the situation by going on strike. Both partners need to work at maintaining a balance. Marriage is not all give, it's give and take. In well-balanced marriages, partners know how to communicate their needs and be attentive to the other's needs. So, there you have it, Mike and Joan. Just start meeting each other's needs again and you'll be fine. Not so fast. The problem is, Mike and Joan have had problems for years. In that time, they've developed many habits that hurt each other. Their marriage is not just a graveyard lacking any spark of love. It's a war zone where sparks fly every day. As they cause each other pain, Mike and Joan are drifting further and further apart just for their own safety. Need meeting is out of the question for now. First, they need to put down their weapons. Maybe when the bullets stop flying, when it's safe to step out, they can begin to think about reviving the supportive behavior that led to their marriage in the first place. I invite you to go with me into the counseling sessions with Mike and Joan. If
Sample complete. Ready to continue?